in the Merrimack Restaurant in Manchester, or Roby's Country Store in Hooksett have played an important role for over 20 years in the primary process, encouraging voters and candidates to meet and chat over a good meal.
Have any candidates ordered any weird dishes or any exotic food?
Actually, they're just like you and I. Whatever's on the menu, what they feel. You know, if it's lunch, they'll have their cheeseburgers, they'll have their onion ring, they'll have their clubs. If it's Friday, everybody's going to try the chowder because we in New Hampshire are famous for our chowders and fish. When you're from the South, most of them will order fish because nobody has fish like we do in this part of the state. So really, they're no different than you and I. You know, whether it's a breakfast, whether it's a lunch, there is no favorite. It's just what they're hungry for that day, you know.
Not all of the presidential candidates are well known to voters. Most do not have a lot of money and are unknown to the general public, but these candidates often have a message or issue that they are passionate about. These candidates can participate in a nationally broadcast lesser-known candidates debate where they are given a limited amount of time to speak about their position on issues.
I would also like to thank the people of New Hampshire for providing an opportunity for anyone in this country to be a candidate for the highest political office. This is the model for the rest of the country. Democratic and Republican politicians across the country have made it extremely difficult for the average citizen to challenge them at the ballot box.
By allowing these unknown candidates to participate, New Hampshire is one of the few states where it is truly possible for people without national name recognition to have a chance to become President of the United States.
This event has evolved as part of the New Hampshire presidential primary tradition. A tradition that keeps alive the opportunity for any American to someday be able to become president. Just before the 1972 primary, several lesser-known candidates were given the chance to be part of a formal debate, and that opportunity has been continued since then. The people of New Hampshire have wanted their primary to be open to all candidates who wish to share their thoughts and their ideas with us. And this debate is an opportunity to do just that.
National and international media now play a major role in the days leading up to the New Hampshire presidential primary.
Apparently wasn't the only one urging Bush out of his cocoon. Former Governor Hugh Gregg, his 1980 campaign manager, told him it's time to go down and meet the people, while other state supporters, including Governor John Sununu, urged him to remain vice presidential.
Apparently the advocates of politics have prevailed. Bush tried to give his campaign a lift today at a lumberyard, possibly an acknowledgement that he can no longer rely solely on his ties to the Reagan administration as a ticket to the nomination. The vice president says he's comfortable with such settings.
Go down to the people?
Yeah, no, he's trying to do that, but it's more of that you can do, the better. Absolutely.
Personal contact may be working for the vice president.
Definitely down to earth. See how you get along, seem to get along with everybody, shake everybody's hand. He's a real nice man.
The spotlight is on New Hampshire during this time, and many TV and cable viewers across the world receive their first glimpse of New Hampshire through pre-primary activities.
On primary election day, the first community to cast their vote is Dixville Notch, located in the White Mountains of northern New Hampshire. Since 1960, Dixville Notch residents, numbering less than 30 people, meet at the Balsams Resort to cast their official vote at 12:01 a.m. on primary day.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Dixville Notch. And to continue a time-honored tradition, we will pick the name of one of the residents in Dixville Notch to be the first one to cast the ballot.
Donna K. Irwin.
The first
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's a great picture, Larry. And as you can see, that is the first ballot of this presidential primary season, poised, and they're counting down the seconds there on the watch. Mr. Tillotson is, and they will drop it in a moment. 3, 2, 1, and 12 o'clock. There it goes, the very first vote of the season, and the rest of the votes are coming through and dropping their votes now. We have 13 of the 17 voters are here tonight. They have 4 who voted absentee. The history of this goes back, Larry, to 1960.
All right. Voters of Dixville have met, voted at midnight, finished voting at 12:02:33, closed the polls, and these are the results. For the Republicans, there was 1 vote for Giuliani.
New Jersey.
4 votes for John McCain. And 2 votes for Mitt Romney.
McCain.
For the Democrats, John Edwards got 2 votes. Bill Richardson got 1 vote. And Barack Obama got 7 votes. Thank you.
From 1964 to 2000, Dixville's moderator Neil Tillotson cast the first vote in the nation every New Hampshire primary and general election. He is often remembered as the godfather of the New Hampshire primary.
On New Hampshire's primary day, all registered voters may participate. Even if you are registered as an undeclared voter, meaning that you don't want to declare affiliation with either of the 2 major political parties, you can still vote in the New Hampshire primary. We are one of the only states to allow all registered voters to participate in a presidential primary.
So now you've learned what takes place in New Hampshire during the primary. One-on-one interaction between voters and candidates with major media coverage and a wide range of candidates based not on having a lot of money, but on issues people care about.
Now we need to put all of this together to see how the New Hampshire primary impacts voters, candidates, and the national presidential nominating process.